was first reported in 1935 by Steele and Leventhal in American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Since then, the word PCOD has appeared in more than 28,000 journals. The word has changed from Steele, Leventhal to PCOD to PCOS. It's now a rural population, it's almost 11%. This is according to the Rotterdam criteria. And if it is androgen excess society, the incidence is slightly on the lesser side. But the consensus, as we all know, is in age criteria and the Rotterdam. The metabolic risk is prevalence of metabolic risk is almost 21%. The risk increases with age, parity, and the androgen levels. So presence of hirsutism almost triples the risk of PCOD and the metabolic risk and the severity of the PCOD. Now coming to the adolescent, in the consensus of fertility and sterility 2012, this is the third consensus where they have mentioned that all the three criteria should be included when we classify them as PCOD or when we name them as PCOD. And we need to treat them, each symptom separately. The menstrual criteria should be taken after 2 years of onset of menarche. The obstetric complications, this is a review done by Lucens et al. It's a large meta-analysis study. Now, the complications has been renamed as syndrome. There's almost an obstetric syndrome where they have mentioned that the pregnancy-induced hypertension, pre-eclampsia, and preterm birth, and gestational diabetes. No more than one symptom they have noted in the PCOD patients. The menstrual precondition, this is the most important paper and this is a good paper where they have noted that it is important to induce the menstruation in the anovulatory woman so that it corrects the defective placentation and the progesterone resistance is corrected. So the proper placentation occurs, then endovascular remodeling occurs, avoiding all the complications. So the induction of ovulation is better with clomiphene rather than with metformin and all. At least 3 cycles of ovulatory cycles with clomiphene is needed before planning the pregnancy. This is the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. The GTT screening, which most of the gynecologists we are missing, it is a must of GTT screening according to all the 3 college criteria, American College as well as Endocrine Society as well as Androgen Excess Society. We need to screen them with 75 grams glucose tolerance test and also the metabolic screening, the hypertriglyceridemia lipid profile screening is required. Though the duration of the screening is different, but the screening is a must in PCOD. The PCOD, this is the latest paper, April 2018, Human Reproduction. They have noted that the newborn developmental disorders are increased in PCOD women. So they have followed the children born to the PCOD women after 3 years of normal psychological development when compared with the treated women. The bone mineral density is decreased in the PCOD women. It's mostly because of the decreased growth hormone and the increased PTH levels and decreased vitamin D, also decreased estrogen levels and also increased androgen levels. So there's a defect to bone remodeling and also newborn formation is affected. Bone mineral density is, we need to screen them for this adequate vitamin D levels and we need to supplement them. The AMH is nowadays taken into the criteria in some of the articles and in future AMH is also will be included in the PCOD criteria. The value more than 4.7 nanogram per ml is taken in the cutoff. This is a meta-analysis and it has got a good sensitivity to classify the woman as PCOD of 82% and specificity of 79%. The AMH, the prevalence, now the prevalence has been reclassified in some of the journals based on AMH and AFC. So the RCT shows that letrozole is a reasonable first-line agent when compared to the clomiphene agent. It's almost the results are the same. And metformin along with clomiphene improves the ovulation and clinical pregnancy rate, though not live birth rate. It is important that it doesn't improve the live birth rate. The pre-treatment with metformin for 3 months and later inducing ovulation increases the live birth. So the pre-treatment and the preconditioning of the metabolic syndrome or the metabolic profile is important. And metformin in PCOD is started before pregnancy and stopped after confirmation of the pregnancy, doesn't increase the miscarriage rate. To continue metformin, more RCTs are required and still there's no Cochrane review of continuation of the metformin in pregnancy. So metformin doesn't increase the live birth rate in the ART cycle, but it does decrease ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. So I do start metformin in all my IVF cycles. And the laparoscopic ovarian drilling, this is for the ovulation trigger in PCOD. Kiss the mature oocytes, you can get better results. So the second dose is given after 10 hours. So this increases the matured oocyte retrieval rate of almost 60 to 70% when without increasing the OHS rate. The kisspeptin and ovulation, it increases the genes involved in the steroidogenesis, that FSH receptor, LH receptors and aromatase activity and all. But it doesn't increase the OHS rate, that is important. So the increased OHS rate is not observed here with this. Once again, the kisspeptin receptors they have noted on the ovarian, like the KISS-R receptor, then neurokinin receptors are noted in the granulocytes. So it is effective on the ovary to increase the pregnancy rates. It also increases the calcium, which is required for the oocyte activation and all. These are the molecular studies which has been done with the kisspeptin receptors. Thank you.